Imagine a classroom where students not only solve and talk about math, science, and language, art, history, but also talk about and solve emotional problems and gain emotional skills to solve the problems and keep them for adult life. These opening facts right here report that students in social emotional learning programs, or further known as SEL programs, show an average of 11% gain in academic achievement paired to an individual that contrasts stressed out students versus emotionally attuned and collaborative students. This source is from CASEL.org. Today, I will be talking about why emotional intelligence is important and why disregarding it will lead to a horrible and even a bad future for today's students right here and now. This is relevant as today students become teachers, parents, and even government figures. We have the power to control and help our students and future generations on what we teach them, and that teaching should include emotional intelligence. To preview today's slides will be: is emotional intelligence too subjective for classrooms? Second slide would be: does emotional intelligence impact an academic and career success? And third preview would be: what happens when students aren't taught to manage their emotions? Now we just talked about the importance of emotional intelligence as a whole. We'll now be moving on to: is emotional intelligence too subjective for the classroom? Emotional intelligence too subjective. Emotional intelligence is difficult to measure in standardized tests, whether it may be true. Emotional intelligence may not fit traditional testing, but it does not mean it's unmeasurable in any sort of way. Academic time is limited and student time is precious, and they already have limited time, but SEL supports academic achievement by improving focus and peer collaborations. Teachers aren't trained to teach or evaluate emotional competency, but many teachers may not start with SEL expertise, but with professional development is catching up to today's standards and time and practices. These sources come from the American Psychological Association. Now we just talked about too subjective for the classroom. We are now moving on to: is this going to affect your career and success in emotional intelligence? Academic performance and boost students' role in social and SEL programming, perform better on tests and assignments. Workplace readiness, employees consistently taught to rank emotionally intelligence as one of the most invaluable skills out there. Emotional intelligence drives tangible results. As you see here in this chart: conflict resolution, employee preference, and academic achievement is really high and really out there for most career and outside academic sources. These sources come from Harvard Business Review. What happens when students aren't taught to do this? We have just talked about career success. We are now talking about when students aren't taught to manage these emotions very well. These may come in struggles of anxiety, depression, or in shame, or a horrible self-perception of oneself, and increased behavior and social construct in the classroom. These sources come from Edutopia. Now that we talked about all these topics, we are now, before you leave today, I'm asking you to reach out, reflect on your emotional intelligence just for a moment. Jot down one of these emotional skills you have, or you may wish to have, or you had taught earlier in the school year. Was it empathy, conflict resolution, or just managing stress? Just one word, one phrase, one in your phone, paper, or just in your mind. Show me one quick nod, raise your hand if you're willing to do that one quick, simple reflection right here, right now. In the coming weeks, I challenge you to share that word with someone, peer, teacher, friend, or even a family member you must know and comfortable with. Spark a conversation on emotional intelligence. You never know, you may incorporate this in your future classroom lesson plan. One story, one shift in mindset, one might be a reason a classroom adds empathy to today's generation. If you're willing to be a part of this simple reflect, show me. Give me a nod, thumbs up, whatever feels right. Let me show emotional intelligence belongs in the classroom.